In a dream right now, I feel the heat right now. Yeah, I'm fit to scream right now. I ain't ever been inside a place like this right now. It's like I'm inside out. Yeah, I feel my eyes bulge out. I hear the monster shout, and I like it 'cause I finally get to be myself.
I always get a really bad feeling, an uneasy feeling in the women's bathroom. When Ryan was in first grade, I was chaperoning a field trip here and was taking some little girls to the restroom, and I just felt like we were being watched the whole time. I don't like that bathroom. I just get very uneasy down there, so I don't go down there.
Very creepy. Very, very creepy.
We go out and look for ghosts, right? And had some crazy things happen.
There's no one in there.
We've had an interest in investigating the paranormal about the last 4 or 5 years. It's just a mother-son team, and we go out, and we've been all over the country.
Most of the towns and places that we go to, I always try to have a hand in determining if it's haunted or supposedly haunted and where we should go to pursue those claims.
And Tampa Theatre is just one of our favorite local places to come and check out.
I'm hearing like a whispering. I couldn't make out any words, but I heard whispering coming from over there. Sounded as if someone was walking right towards me talking to me. I have no idea what that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the video game.
Well, we've got secrets too. Well, one, I only keep this heap for you.
There's no one down there, we were just down there.
'Cause I'm the ugliest guy on the Lower East Side.
There's absolutely no one here.
But I got wheels and you wanna go for a ride.
I have no idea what that was. It's more along the lines of learning to protect yourself. Mom. So that you don't have something latch onto you or follow you, which can cause harm down the road. So I heard a woman's voice come from over there. And
No, I was here talking with Miss Jill. Yep.
And everyone else was over here.
Nobody was over there.
Learning how to tune into your environment and just embrace the natural area.
There was a woman who we believe was killed by a stagecoach. And there's been people who have seen an apparition in the hallway walking back and forth.
I kept looking behind me. The hairs on the back of my neck were kind of, so I kept turning and looking behind me towards the bathroom.
I literally heard a voice.
We've had 3 different mediums, if you will, over the last 2 years tell him that he has some sort of gift. We don't know what that gift is. He seems to be very, very talented with dowsing rods. It's one of our primary methods that we use for investigation.
All right, so you got your dowsing rods. You want a chair?
Yeah, it's just easier.
And you have one there?
Yeah.
When the theater was built, it was built with these two dressing rooms. This was the larger one. This would have been the Stars room because it had the bathroom. But these were original to the building.
If you look back into the history, some of the ancient Celts or Celts and whatnot, they thought that those were magical properties anyway.
You know, when you have a frequency or a current running through you, copper is the best, you know, the best conduit.
You can ask questions like, is there someone here with us? And for a yes, the rods would cross, and then for a no, they would just stay the same.
And something that he didn't say is these particular dowsing rods, we actually bought them in Casadega, and we were very particular. They have willow handles. And willow is a wood that is thought to be naturally protected.
Is there a spirit here? Can you cross the rods if there's a spirit here?
That's part of the energy and the history that's here. Is you can feel the past all around you just because of how many people have come in and out over the years, and the fact that it's still a functioning theater.
It's such a unique location because of all those aspects where you can just feel like you're right in history.
And honestly, I think it's kind of interesting because it's like scientific method, because we do try to rule out, if something happens, we try to rule out any kind of possibility of what it might have been. I think it's kind of teaching critical thinking skills and even, you know, some of those life skills that he'll use outside of this particular hobby.
My future, I want to be an engineer when I grow up. I definitely want to design things, and I think it's just cool designing buildings and other things that humans can use.
She came into this room, and as soon as she walked in, started laughing.
So, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Just pay attention to the...
Said, you've got somebody in this room.
Are you a male?
Can you point to where you're standing?
Was it singing and dancing?
Was it a magic act?
So you guys know the story of
Harry Anderson.
Harry Anderson.
Well, in the early 80s, when the comedy club scene exploded, it was an oddity to see a magician headlining. The magic act was traditionally the centerpiece or maybe the opening act.
Back in the late 80s, we had a performance by Harry Anderson here at Tampa Theatre.
I was given the chance to headline.
Push my elbows together. And then you, if that is your real name, get over it.
So he was assigned here to dressing room number 2. And according to the story, he was only in here for a few minutes before he decided that it felt weird. And that he didn't want to be down here, he wanted to be in a different part of the building.
That's what's very unique about this place.
Was this your dressing room?
Are there other spirits here as well?
Mom, do you want to help me? I'm really dizzy.
They're going to try and draw that energy to try and manifest, make themselves known. Clearly, something was known in here because those rods are pretty reactive.
That could, in fact, be what his gift is just being able to channel and harness those natural energies.
Honestly, I have no clue. I think my mom doing the tarot cards might have something to do with it, and maybe it just runs through the family. I'm not sure, but it just seems that I'm lucky to be able to do them. If you ask a question, you have to ask yes or no questions pretty much. Some of my friends have gone with us, but I mean, they're fine with it. They're very accepting. I mean, it's not like it's weird or anything. It's just cool.
Most of them just don't talk about it.
Yeah, we just don't talk about it.
Anything. I just want to experience something, you know. I do like the idea of being able to, I guess, use the gadgets and measure, you know, magnetic fields and stuff. I guess that's going to be interesting.
If you guys hear something again, just timestamp it.
Okay, but it sounds like splashing. Squeaking?
I hear that.
You heard the squeaking? I'm just really hoping that if there is, that it happens, you know, tonight.
Oh yeah, what is that? Well, the whole time that we were standing up there, not necessarily when that was going off, but when we were just in the regular projection room, I kept looking behind me. Usually I'm his Sherpa.
Oh, are you? We're going up.
We just want to experience some cool stuff.
Just to see what there is to see.
You know, being that, you know, this is the projection area, you know, this was the place where Foster Fink Finley would come every day.
We've heard footsteps around that side of the theater where the projection booth stairs are. We've seen a couple things like out of the corner of your eye, so I mean, it's just, I think it was Fink personally because it's just in that area and it sounds like it's what he loved to do.
Fink was the projectionist who died of a heart attack, and he still comes back. I was telling Jill that I always get a really bad feeling, just not a bad feeling, but an uneasy feeling.
There have been doors that have been shut. Doors that, as if somebody's trying to open. And one of the things that I've learned is that you don't know what you're dealing with.
I was extremely happy because the REM pod.
This device, if you get close to it, will also let us know that you're here.
The 4 lights that were going off, we've never had any activity from that before.
Oh, did you guys hear this?
We figured it was just a waste of money now because after countless investigations, not one hit ever.
It's always fun here at Tampa Theatre.
There's nothing near it.
Really enjoyed in the projection booth, Fink lighting up the REM pod.
Investigate with a professional team, just being amateurs like we are, and it was very cool. I loved it. And it was just awesome to be able to share experiences with people that are very experienced in the field.
Is that you, Fink? Is that you, Fink? With a building as historic as this one is, I would have been kind of surprised if we didn't get any response at all. Is that you? Especially because it's a very active building. There's things that happen all the time.
Can you make the lights go off again if you're still with us? These lights just turned on.
No way.
Those lights on the ceiling. That's amazing.
Fink, can you do that again? Thank you. We've owned it for about 6 or 7 months. We never have any luck on it.
Ever. We've never had it go off once.
Well, tonight you do. Yeah. Thank you, Fink.
We were getting worried it didn't work.
Can you turn the lights on in the projection room? The projection room again? My husband's an engineer, and it's always interesting for us because he never wants to come with us. But the couple times when he has come and something has happened, his response is always,
And that's it.
That's it.
And then he'll run back to the room that we're staying in.
Yeah, because we like to stay in a lot of haunted B&Bs, because then you get free access, and we always stay in the room that's supposed to have the most activity.
Yeah, I've had it for about 5 years now, I want to say. It's just fun to chase the unknowns.
And I make him do all the research. So once we pick a location, it's up to him. If he's cool with it, I'm cool with it. I told you, I'm just his agent. I get my pound of flesh. He goes to amusement parks and rides roller coasters with my husband, and ghost chasing is our thing. So we go on long weekend trips.
I just love St. Augustine. I just have this awesome feeling whenever I'm there. It's just fun. I love there. I want to live there when I grow up.
We love to go up to St. Augustine.
The first time ever for the paranormal aspect was about 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
We had stuff happening today at 11 o'clock in the morning. So all these people that think it's midnight and things like that, no.
They want to be seen, they'll be seen.
We were in the store just helping the owner just kind of straighten up and everything, and our K2 meters were going off. We were trying to catch some EVPs.
We had the REM pod going off at one point.
Yeah, so they were getting all charged up, and we told them we had some special friends coming tonight.
Yeah.
So we were hoping they were excited about that.
Are you going to grab your goodies too?
Yeah. Denise has a ton of stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She has
Denise is the owner?
Denise and Larry. I don't know if Larry came. Larry likes to claim that he's a skeptic, but he's like my husband. He'll see something that he can't explain, and then he'll go, huh. One of the spirit phenomena they capture here all the time is that there are what they believe 4 children's spirits in that back closet area that's a portal, and they're very attracted to toys, so she keeps a lot of toys back there for them.
It's pretty interesting. Sensitive. As sensitive as you?
I think more.
Really? That's saying a lot.
As I walk through this closet,
Skeptic. Okay? There's not a lot of things that convince me. You guys convince me.
here, I start feeling a little dizzy. And that tells me that there is a very, very strong presence here. It's not just a residual haunting. This is an intelligent haunting, and it's obviously letting me know it's here.
Do you have anything to say? Anything to tell us?
I see they put out toys, so that might be. Spirits will cross and will try to communicate to me, but they communicate their emotions rather than words or I'm gonna have to give it a few more minutes and see what comes to me.
This is Denise Altman. She is the owner of Antiques and Uniques. Hello.
It didn't take them long to start showing themselves to me in different ways.
Oh my God.
When we would walk into the front door of the store and look back in this direction, there was always a really tall black shadow standing in the doorway. This rabbit would have fallen off the shelf every day and landed right in the middle of the doorway. And then you look at this little boy, and he's holding what? A rabbit.
We thought we were just going to be observing, and somehow we were pulled into it. I don't like it back there. He went back there with his phone one time, and there was an entire whispered conversation behind his head.
I was like paralyzed. I was like, what do I do?
What happened for us is my mom passed away several years ago, and my son was very, very close with her. And it was the first real person of importance in his life. To me, it was his way of knowing that my mom wasn't truly gone from his life.
So this is a REM pod, and
This antenna generates a little field of electromagnetic energy, and if you get close to the antenna, you can see the lights, and the lights come on and it makes a sound. So it kind of gives us an indication if something's in the room with us.
They wanted to do an investigation in the store. I'm like, people really do that? I was like, whoa. So of course I said yes.
There it goes.
Oh my gosh, you called that.
Yeah.
Can you light up the other ones?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the first time Ryan and I have seen you make something happen. So we're really thrilled that you shared that with us.
This is a little machine, and if you talk to us, we might be able to hear you through this.
Ryan and I did a ghost tour several years ago, and so that's how we met, and now this is probably our favorite place to investigate. This is where the party's at.
And literally the oldest street in America.
Oldest street in America.
Are you the spirit that we've been calling?
Are you connected to Janet or Ryan? Ryan. Say that again. Are you here with Ryan?
Ryan, I heard
You said Ryan.
Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh, yeah. Yes. Mo, are you here?
Yeah.
It's my mom.
That was a woman's voice too. Yep, sounded like an older woman.
Mo? Mom?
Yeah, we called her Mo because he couldn't say her name. We miss you, Mom. We never doubted you were with us.
Mama, give me love, come give me love, give me the love I need.
Amazing. My favorite people.
Mama, give me love, come give me love, without it I can't succeed.
Only I did not recognize Ryan when he came in this time. I don't know what she feeds the boy, but dang. I'm like, shut up, that's not you.
She put manure in his shoes.
He's just sprouting.
Yeah.
They're very awesome, and I love them. I love that they love my place because it is very real.
There have been some really interesting things here. They'll set up 6 or 7 K2s, and you'll watch one go on and stay on, and then they'll peg all the way across, and stay on.
Are you looking for your friend?
Flashlights, on and off. That happens a lot with a lot of people.
Not turning it the whole way on, but the light is fluctuating in the front of that. It didn't change that middle light, but you saw the second little, it's still on.
Thank you.
Well, pick me up, drop me down in the center of downtown.
So this side of the town is a little older than
Oldest.
This is the oldest compared to the others. Yeah.
Young boy looks for his mom.
Cobblestones, Henry Flagler, when he built the Ponce de Leon Hotel, finally decided, hey, look, I don't want my guests who are paying all this money to walk on mud. Flagler was responsible for putting down the bricks on these streets in the early 1900s.
Was it active?
I didn't feel anything in this place. No.
Was that you guys? Did you hear? Okay. Was it? Did you guys hear that?
No.
What'd you hear?
It just sounded like something hit up there. I thought maybe someone bumped into the wall.
No.
I don't know. It was like a thud. Yeah. Maybe there's someone on the other side. this the well?
Yep.
Oh, somebody's doing an investigation? Yep. Local legend has it that a lot of people capture EVPs here. They've caught K2 spikes.
Yes. It's like, woo.
People have caught shadowy figures, like foggy, that looks like a foggy person.
Anxiety, tense, and maybe a little confusion.
This is one of those places that when Ryan and I are walking around late at night, we always stop in here and kind of sit on the well and just see if we can pick up anything. Yep. Looks like that.
Going off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely feel watched, right?
Yeah.
Well, I first felt really uneasy whenever we came to the back of this store. Here's the back of the store.
This is the back of the store.
I don't know how to describe it besides like a tingling and almost like butterflies in my stomach. I didn't know really what it was, but I just knew that something was wrong.
But as I walked past this wall, I felt something. And now you're telling me there is something right on this other side of the wall. Right now I'm just feeling very, very anxious. I think because there was a lot of heartache here too. You have a lot of spirits that did not go to their resting place, settled.
There's a headstone back here.
Okay.
And it's from one of the original owners of the building. He had a dog. His dog was named Cotton, and it was his favorite pet. People see a ghostly dog. People still say that they see Cotton running up and down, and that they can catch EVPs of dogs barking back here, and there are no dogs.
That's a laser grid, so if something walks in front of it, the point is that you'll be able to see its shadow.
It's that same area, and there's a black shadow.
You can clearly see, plain as day, a shadow that's taller than the window, walks just through the laser grid and walks all the way across. And my mom...
You see the light through
the thing. There's a flashlight, it's like on the wall over there.
One of the things that it still gets me very emotional, I know you get emotional. He had a dream several nights after my mom passed away, and at the end my mom was very sickly and was not in good health and wasn't mobile. And he had a dream that he and my mom were at an amusement park and they were riding roller coasters together. Another one of his passions, and she kept looking over at him and she was telling him, "I'm fine, Ryan. Mo is," and he called her Mo, "Mo is fine." And I believe that was her way of telling him, "I'm still here."
I can't believe it's impossible to watch all the ghosts pick their alibis.
And I started feeling lightheaded, dizzy.
I can't rely on the fortunes of the gods.
So we started doing ghost tours and doing travel.
Take all the thoughts of the sorrows they belong. And I won't remind not a single soul.
I'm in the terrace building of the Lakeside Inn Hotel. It's the oldest continuously running hotel in the state of Florida, and it is host to many of famous people. Alphonse Capone, Scarface Al Capone, stayed in room 300 of the main building.
1931, and Al Capone is through. Capone is sentenced to 11 years in prison, but he is to be released 4 years before his sentence was up to die in Florida, a victim of disease.
know, as I always tell people, when you're staying at a place that is supposed to have a haunted history to it, it makes investigating a lot easier because you have more access.
Wow. I can't believe the public's actually allowed up here.
I don't think we probably are.
Whatever.
You have overnight access to it.
Step on the insulation floor.
It's this area right here.
These buildings, this one and the Gables, the identical building next door, were built in the heart of the Great Depression, 1929.
I'm only painting the clouds with sunshine.
It was rare for building to be done then, but it was done because the tourist money north, mostly central parts of the states, came down I-75, wanted to have their own little enclave, a respite from the cold weather.
If I keep painting the clouds with sunshine.
Typically the response is, can I come with you? So that's what we hear a lot.
Show me where the spirits are.
At the Lakeside Inn, well, we've had a lot of hits on the K2 meter. We've also heard a lot of audible things, knocking, footsteps, voices, saying some stuff. So it's been active.
Right here, it's Krawczyk. It doesn't feel intelligent, it feels more residual. And that is kind of what people have said. They see a man sitting in this chair, and in this area they smell cigar smoke. And obviously there's no smoking cigars in the building. So, and this was the chair that he liked to sit in too. It was right here by the fireplace.
I knew that something was there. I could just feel that something was there. I kept on saying, I think there's something here, I think there's something here.
He was in that bar. And then last night when we were just laying in bed and we were watching TV.
Belonged or was the headquarters for the notorious gangster Al Capone.
We heard two very distinctive knocks.
We'll show you how Capone used murder to carve out a multi-million-dollar criminal empire. An empire based on illegal booze, prostitution, and gambling.
Way down to the cooling basement area where all the liquor is stored. And is said to be the temperatures more conducive to apparitional activities. The dumbwaiter served both as a transport for food and drink, but also illegal alcohol back in the Prohibition period.
Prohibition was the mission of the temperance movement gone awry. Who will save the day, you ask, but never fear, for here comes.
And that is a very well-documented story.
He's like an old-timey pitchman, you know?
Yeah. As I hosted many an investigation, usually after midnight, as you all know, manifestations happen more. Now this, of course, is the dumbwaiter, and that is where some of the clinkling that you've heard of the bottles rattling in the middle of the night, I think came as the echo chamber comes up from the basement, which was a loading zone from the tunnel that connected from the lake.
Al Capone, Scarface man himself, who put the goods back on your shelf. So grab a drink and thank him. Al Capone, a great tycoon, a ruthless villain. Tangle with his crew and he'll be coming after you, man.
Footsteps, wooden floors, distinctive footsteps coming down. I mean, to the point where I got up and left and like went with it because I'm like, it was right behind me.
It feels heavy. You feel like.
That's why there's a lot of activity in this corridor and upstairs, because this was the entry point for the moonshining and rum running in Mount Dora.
When you come from about the second step and you come right here to the top of the landing, it feels very, very heavy.
Oh, it's flickering up.
She even claims that she's not as sensitive, but she could feel it as well.
Yes, it's just when you, it's a definite change when you come to the top there.
They want to be seen, they'll let you know.
Are you the energy that we picked up on the meter?
This little thing down here, if you come real close to it, you can make those lights light up as well.
Because they start being stiff.
Yeah.
And they might start shaking.
Are you aware that they abolished prohibition?
That night, he scared me more than anything.
Would you like to go out for a drink?
But Ryan he's never made Ryan nervous.
Was that it again?
That was
Yeah, it's over there. It's not.
Yeah.
It's over here.
It's dead? Yeah, it's not.
Shortle if you must.
Tangle with this crew and he'll be coming after you, man.
Served the Lakeside Inn well, in effect, by creating a bar under the front floor of the check-in point, later to be known as a speakeasy.
Bootlegging booze became our specialty, and with all of the dough he made, he lived a life of luxury.
My feeling is that he was very, very lonely, and so whenever the opportunity presented itself, and I think that he just kind of said, you know, here's people that I can talk to that are okay with me.
This dark spot here is set to manifest an inculcation of the chambermaid. Watch your step, lady. You're standing on the speakeasy hatch door. One of the biggest readings is under the rug.
Yep, it's going all the way to red.
The ghosts are probably coming up through the portal, or maybe just under it.
Very unusual that you get such a strong reading. See, and then it pans off.
You would step off and the hatch would open and you would descend the stairs and imbibe Barbados rum, Canadian Club whiskey, if you were not well-heeled, moonshine made under the shine of the moon.
Like, I'm very analytical, but he's very practical, and he's a self-proclaimed skeptic.
Can one of you, I do cursory investigations, can you please? I'm not a non-believer, and I see this anyway.
So it was fun having Andrew have that same, response.
Yeah.
She checked in on me around 3 times that night. I was sleeping and being not scared, I was fine.
Typical mom, he had an AP test the next day, and I wanted to make sure that he got sleep so that he would do well.
And I heard footsteps coming down the hallway, and I just figured, oh, here comes mom again. Doorknob started rattling. That's really weird. I got up and went out there to check. There was no one out there. I have no idea to this day of what that was.
When we checked in yesterday, we had asked the front about activity, and she said that some of the guests and some of the employees report sightings in the lobby area, the stairs that go from the lobby down to the basement. There's restrooms down there.
I hated the men's bathroom.
Downstairs.
Very creepy. Very, very creepy.
And we're going to go down the stairs and see the other side of the speakeasy where the other entrance was.
There's something in that bathroom, but to this day, like, I was in there earlier today and I literally said, it's private time.
I was getting that feeling of being smothered. I have no privacy whatsoever. Like someone oppressive, almost like being buried alive, having something covering your face and your body.
Ryan, sit on the toilet with your dowsing rods.
I see
Gonna find the treasure.
all that you know.
Sometimes when you get that sensation, it's because of their energy.
But I believe in something untold.
Gets the chills.
Goose flesh went all up my back, up my neck.
And I gotta know.
This is the ladies' room.
If I'm going insane.
Hello.
Been on this wall.
There's life in the wind, and it's calling my name. It's something fantastic, wants to be known.
I knew that something was there. I could just feel that something was there.
And all that you gotta do is be willing to look for it.
Whenever I got home into my room that night, I just freaked out. I went into my mom's room and I said, something followed us home. I've had one experience with a ghost animal before in the Ancient City Inn. My mom and I were testing the theory that there was the ghost cat. I think his name's Toby.
Toby the cat.
Toby the cat.
Yeah.
We were testing that theory that in our room, if you lay a blanket out perfectly flat, there will be an imprint on it. I forgot my charger in the room. Ryan, can you run up and get it? So in the 5 minutes that we were gone and then came back, there was a full-on circle imprint. Like the blanket was pressed down and wrinkled in a bunch of different places, and we have no idea how that happened.
I'm sorry, can you do it one more? Thank you very much.
Can you make the lights really bright? Make them super bright. Thank you. It's very positive energy that's here. It's nothing scary, nothing dark. So it's kind of neat to just come and see if you can make a connection with the past.
My favorite is just the town of St. Augustine itself. The whole entire place of St. Augustine, the whole entire city.
We've probably had the most activity happen in St. Augustine.
I've dreamed of infinite things, and reality seems so limiting.
Well, are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I was walking around by myself, and this back corner back here, I got totally creeped out.
The
So I don't.
back side of the lighthouse is really creepy.
No,
but-
it was that back corner back there, and I don't know what's back there.
The privy.
Is that what it is? I just got. I've always had, like, oh.
Yep, that's just the bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Things reflect off the wallpaper, and then a couple times it
Brian, is that yours?
happened in the basement, and it's just really
No,
weird.
I saw it across this case, and I thought that was a window, and then I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense, Janet, because we're underground.
Right.
But I saw what looked like it would have been this, moving across the case.
I've seen the green orbs before.
What I saw was just like a green light, and it went like across there.
Crazy, crazy. I've never seen that before down here. We're on the second floor of the Lighthouse keeper's house. This would have been where the family lived.
This house was built in 1876, 2 years after the lighthouse.
I've always called this room the parlor.
We call this the parlor. Some people call it the shadow room. We often hear reports of people seeing shadows pacing back and forth in here.
I had an experience in here where the flashlights and the K2s and things like that were going off.
Did you work at the lighthouse?
That's why I was really eager to start here.
It sounds like the same person, though.
Yeah. Whoever's in this room's a little shy.
This is a setup how it would have looked when the Harns first lived here. Captain William Harn and his wife Kate lived here with their 5 daughters.
We're coming in here into your area, into your living space.
A lot of people get very weird feelings in this room. I've worked with other gentlemen and they would refuse to close up by themselves in this room, so.
But we just, thank you, Barry. The flashlight went on. You didn't touch it. The flashlight went on and the meter went off at the same time.
Kate is sometimes encountered. She's known to wear black dresses if she's in mourning. She has gray hair that she wears up in a bun. So I don't contact her frequently or get contact with her frequently, but she's here too.
All that activity, that was just unheard of. We've never seen that before. It was surreal. It was so cool.
Because you're playing, aren't you? This is fun for you? That's okay. We're having fun. Oh, and you just lit the meter up. Thank you very much.
What the hell was that? You guys hear that?
Yeah, I'm hearing footsteps. No? Okay. Were you a workman who was here working on the property, but not the lighthouse keeper?
I think it's the wife.
Are you the wife of one of the? God, Ryan, I hate when you do that.
Did you just feel a female presence?
I don't even just kind of describe it. It like comes in my head.
Yeah.
Like the word or whoever. Yeah, time to climb the lighthouse in the dark, face my fear.
It was pretty juiced up.
I'm afraid of heights. I really don't like these stairs because they have spaces in between them and you can see through them. I had an experience. I really don't like the dark that much, so it's just a combination leading up to this.
We walked in today for like the second time, and like we were in there for less than a minute. He's like, "No, I gotta leave."
That's a weird sensation because I've had that sensation when I was a kid. I would feel like something came into my room, and I would feel like the ceiling was getting lower and lower and lower. You've had that sensation.
Yeah,
right.
I don't even know what's about it. The first time that we went there, my mom wanted to go in it.
So many lighthouses are haunted. A couple theories on that is there's more energy around water.
But you have the ocean breeze, Mom.
Water is a conductor, just like electricity. And so being so close to the water and being so isolated as they are makes a combination for energy to reside.
You're supposed to hear footsteps, people get touched, voices. There's also, when we climb up a few landings up, there's a replica oil pot of the gasoline that they use to fuel the light.
And I really have just been really wanting to have the grounds to ourselves. We take this seriously, and we're very curious.
Right.
You know, other people don't understand, so you're trying to record and they're talking.
My main goal for tonight is to face one of my fears. I had a very scary experience inside the lighthouse. On the first time we ever came, I saw a shadow leaning over the balcony.
Looking down.
Looking down, like from the bottom, looking up.
And the guide said it was empty.
The guide said that the lighthouse was empty. I was just in shock. Okay, so the video is rolling on the GoPro. We are heading up. We are having a major K2 hit right here. It's all the way at red. Every single time we came up, I would be like, I thought I was seeing something, and then, bam, it's a cut out. Oh! This K2 meter, here we are again. And whenever I would be climbing up, I would look down and it'd be a solid red, orange. And it was as if the spirit was moving out of sight. What is this? And walking up with me. We're at the top. We made it. And this is our reward.
We climb to the top of the world, but the North Star is already flown. I hear rumors of a place where the soul was born.
I did not think that I would be able to do that, to be 100% honest. I am not a fan of heights, and the wind up here is crazy coming off the Atlantic Ocean, so that doesn't help at all. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. All right, yeah.
Oh, I'm out. I'd be out. I really feel like his interest developed out of a need to just know that there was something more, that people just don't end at death.
Other side of school might as well be Mexico. So far away, he thinks of reasons he has got to go. A minute of her time, a smile, a glance, a sweet hello. Enough to satiate the egg, and enough to make it grow. Grow, grow, grow. You make me feel just like the boy I used to be. So please, cast your spell and set this oh so free. Traction just like this, there's nothing you can do. But you'll grow up and find out that it's only in high school. But no, you say I'm wrong, I grew up, that's not true. I say to you, I thought it was until I met you. You make me feel just like the boy I used to be. So please, cast your spell and set this all so free. Now he's got her name stuck inside his throat. Now she's sitting listening to a song he wrote.